I prefer to always keep people surprised because I went above and beyond than let people down because I didn't meet the own expectations that I set for myself. You see, AKA what it is that I'm saying here is that overpromising and under-delivering, it takes away from the credibility that you have as a leader. I need you to understand that. It takes away. I'm very big on communication. And if I don't, because we're human beings, we're not always going to be able, we can't control everything. I'm going to tell you guys how to deal with it if you're not able to commit to what it is that you said you were going to do. But I need you to understand that every time that we do not commit, it's ruining our credibility as leaders. You see, I'll give you a prime example. Pullbacks, they're inevitable, right? Pullbacks are inevitable. You're going to experience, I don't care. There's tech company, Fortune 500 companies right now that are down 75% for the year. So just because we're IM Academy, the greatest network marketing company that has ever existed, does not mean that we are exempt from those things, right? But at the end of the day, pullbacks, they're inevitable. I understand that, right? But we usually make these pullbacks harder, and here's why. Because we try to rebuild with those we didn't keep our promises to. We try to rebuild with those we did not keep our promises to. That's why it is that we make it harder on ourselves. You're losing credibility, ladies and gentlemen. Every time you say you're going to do a call and you're not there, every time you jump on your chats and you read the messages and you don't respond, every time you set up a goal and you didn't accomplish that goal, every time you told your leader that you were going to be there and you missed out, I'm letting you know right now that you're becoming less credible. Now, I understand that we can't control what it is that we can't control. I get that. And I understand that we're human and there's going to be certain things that we are not able to fulfill. Not everything is in our control. I get that, right? But what I encourage you to do is accept fault. Do not make excuses for it. Do not allow the ego to be something that stands in your way. I encourage you to go out there and accept fault for these things and make up for it, because we can't heal what it is that we hide and we can't fix what it is that we fail to confront. Man, drop some love inside of the chats if you guys are fired up right now. Drop some love inside of the chats if you guys are fired up right now. We just got this thing started. The third and final thief of influence here today, the third and final thief of influence. This one's a little different, but being tired. Being tired. This one's a little bit different, but there's a method to my madness. Follow me. Being tired. Here's the thing. I need you to understand this. You can't give your best if you don't feel your best. Man, this is about to hit a few people. I've been learning recently from gentlemen like Michael Todd, gentlemen like Chad Beach, Judah Smith, Rich Wilkerson. These are all individuals that have something in common. They're all pastors. And something outside of them being pastors that they have in common is that they're always talking about rest. And I've always had this demeanor as to where, you rest when you're dead. It's the entrepreneurial way. You rest when you're dead. It's actually biblical. You can't give your best if you don't feel your best. You cannot give your best if you don't feel your best. As leaders, people are coming to us. People are coming to you as a source of encouragement, as a source of influence, as a source of mentorship and information. But since they're coming to you for these things, they're expecting the same level of consistency every single time. It is what it is. That's a part of leadership. They're expecting that same level of consistency on your post that you're posting on social media. They're expecting the same level of consistency on your calls that you're on. They're expecting the same level of consistency on the chats that you're in. It's just that it is what it is. My fear is this, that in this day and age, 2022, where everyone has a platform and they're showing how much they grind, my fear is that the pressure has hit each and every single one of us that we have to grind 24/7. You see, one thing I've realized, I've been in the trenches now with Alex for almost 10 years. I've been in the trenches with Jason for a little bit less than that. One thing I've realized about us is this. As we have progressed and matured inside of our industry, we have posted how much we grind less, and we've also posted how much we rest less, because people would think we're insane from either one, and it's not related. My work ethic is insane, but the way I rest is insane as well. And it may not make sense to a lot of people. You see, I need you to understand that grind 24/7, it's not a sustainable pace for us. You see, the problem is not that we're not skilled. The problem is not that we are not motivated. The problem is not that we are not consistent. I'm going to tell you what the problem is. A lot of leaders in today's day and age, they're tired. A lot of leaders are tired. And it might not even be physical exhaustion, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. A lot of leaders are tired. We're tired. And if we don't have enough time to fill our own cup by learning and by acknowledging, how are we going to have enough time to bring consistent value, something new? A lot of leaders over time become less potent. A lot of leaders over time become less potent because they're emotionally and mentally drained, because they're emotionally and mentally tired. And because of that, the content that's provided, it may not be as sharp. The trainings may not be as innovative. The plays that they're calling may not be as exciting. You see, rest, the reason that we rest in order to recuperate, rebuild, create, and only then do we give. I'm going to say that again. We rest so we can recuperate, rebuild. Then from there, we create, and then from there, we give. Sometimes you got to get high off your own supply. That means taking that step back, right? And maybe that means spending more time with your why. Spending a day out of the week to focus on yourself, your growth, the tasks, the things that you need to get done for you to improve as an individual. Maybe that means setting up a goal in order to take a trip or a vacation with your family, utilizing TLX. Hey, selfless plug. Maybe it is shutting off at a certain time, 10 p.m., 11 p.m., whatever the case may be. We got to take a step back. But if we're going to take a step back, we got to communicate that with our teams. I don't take step backs for months and weeks. No, sometimes it's, hey, at 10 p.m., I'm off, man. I'm spending time with my family. At 10 p.m., I'm doing personal development. Before 11 a.m., I'm working on myself. I'm on my morning routine. I'm spending time with my creator. We need that time. Remember, there's 4 types of people that we need to spend time with. The first is going to be the type of person that, or yourself, rather. You got to spend time in solitude. The second is going to be the type of person you can pour into. The third is going to be the type of person that can pour into you. And the fourth is going to be your family and friends, the people that are closest to you. So with that being said, guys, this is a season to elevate the influence. This is a season to really, really, really brace for impact, because the breakthroughs that we are about to experience as an organization, don't even get me started. We have convention coming up in Arizona. Then after that, we have our international convention coming up. The company is working tirelessly behind the scenes, product-wise, infrastructure-wise, legality-wise, in order to make sure that we're a household brand in the next 3, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Man, there's a reason why it is that me, Alex, and Jason are locked in with Chris to the very, very end. And it's because I could see where this baby is going. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up one of the industry legends, one of my best friends, my brother from another mother, Mr. Jason Brown, an individual that is behind a lot of the product development, an individual that is focused beyond belief, that is laying it on the line day in and day out to make sure that we have an environment that is going to be conducive towards people's growth. Somebody that he was literally, this is the godfather to my unborn child. When I tell you I trust him with everything, I trust him with everything. So it's always a pleasure. Very seldom are we on the same call, but it's always a pleasure to have the opportunity to run it up with you. My big brother, Jason, are you with us?
Yeah, Matt, I'm here, but I think Alex is going to go second and I'm going to close. So I love the edification, bro. I love you even more, but
Sick.
pass it to Alex. He's got to go after this, so I'll let him go, and then I'll...
Awesome. So another one of my big brothers from another mother, someone that actually the first opportunity event that I ever went to, was with this gentleman, Mr. Alex Morton, him explaining what this industry was to me. Alex has been somebody that has installed an insane amount of belief in me. not because of the way it is that he's seen success inside of this industry, but more so because of how it is that he's treated people and his level of consistency through that. I think a lot of us, we get familiar with having an icon or a legend like Alex inside of the company rocking with us. But I'm going to let you know right now, it's not something that I take for granted. It's something that I genuinely celebrate each and every single day. And it's an honor to be running with you, going on 10 years right now, my brother, and we just getting started. So none other than my brother from another mother, Chairman Elite, Mr. Alex Morton.
All right. Well, hey, super excited to be here, everybody. It's a little late for me. I'm over here in the Middle East, so I appreciate everybody being here. I know we got people from Europe, from the Middle East, from America, Mexico, Canada, South America. The chats are blowing up. Over 2,000 people strong on here. So I just wanted to say, first off, super grateful, to Matthew Rosa, right? Somebody that he just told you, right? I was at his first ever home event in Miami, Florida, and to see where he was back then, and not just the leader he is today, but the man, the husband, the very, very soon to be father, right? I look at Matt and I just smile, man. I get emotional because that's what this industry is all about. It's really working with people and seeing them flourish into the best version of themselves. And like Matt just said, listen, this really is still the beginning. Some of you or most of you, right? You look at me and you're like, man, Alex has been in the game for so long and I knew him in Vima and oh my gosh, right? But I look at myself in the mirror and I say, you know what? I'm just getting started. I'm 32 years old. Matt's younger than me. Jason's the same age as me. Like we're young in the game. We got a whole lot of energy. So I just want to say that I'm grateful for everybody on this call, from all your cities, states, countries, different parts of the planet. Listen, I've never been this excited in my entire career, and I am Academy. Okay, I was going to say I'm Markets Live. That's how far back we go. But here's the thing. And I don't just say that to say that, oh, this is the big summer call and we got Jason and Matt and Alex on the same call. Listen, I have broken down this company. I have done a deep dive quite recently into, hey, Christopher Terry, the founders, the leadership of the company. Hey, who is Kyle Lowe? Who is, Brandon Scott? Who is Daniel Audet? Who is Isis De La Torre, right? I've actually done a reconfiguration of this company because since 2011, I've seen dozens and dozens and dozens of companies come and go. Companies blow up and then, crash to the bottom. I've been a part of, my second company I was a part of was $1 billion, I believe, per year, level of a company. So I looked at iMastery Academy and I said, you know what? Let me look at this thing one more time, all right, and just reinstill my belief level in this. And when you look at the product development, when you look at the different verticals and industries that we are a part of right now inside of this company, when you look at the new hires, right, there's a lady named Ari. Some of you don't even know her, but on the back end, she is doing so much for us, pushing us forward, at the corporate level. There are so many things that you guys don't see that happen every single day. I spent, 72 hours with Christopher Terry in Frankfurt, Germany, and in Austria, flying on the plane, talking about 2023, 2024, 2025. And I'm sitting there thinking like, people have got to be insane, literally insane to not do what it is we do, right? In 2016, when I came into this company, it wasn't cool and sexy and hip to do Forex and do crypto and do digital education. And now everybody and their grandma's out there trying to do what it is we do. But there's only, one. There's only one I Am Mastery Academy. So I'm getting into it. Listen, we're all taking 20 minutes. So I'm going to get right into the meat and the potatoes. But I just wanted to reinstill how amazing of a company we truly have. And I said this on my Instagram, but I'm going to say it again. Me, Alex Morton, I do not own not even 0.0000001% of this company. I know that there are competing companies out there making up lies, talking crazy, right? Saying all this insane stuff. I just want everyone to hear it. Listen, I am in the game just like each and every one of you. I make money just like each and every one of you, meaning I get paid on production and sales and growth and leadership. And that's what we're going to talk about right here. But I wanted you to hear it from me that Christopher Terry is the best CEO in the game, bar none. Okay, Jason and Matt, for the amount of income they've been able to create in a very short amount of time, if we're speaking, quite frankly here, for them to still be in the trenches, working hard. Jason's flying out here to Europe tomorrow. Matt's been running around the world, with a pregnant chairwoman at home, right? These guys are committed. These guys are focused. You don't see that in other companies. I know people in other companies that make 1/5 or 1/8 of the income some of these guys make, and they sit back and relax. No. I Am Mastery Academy, we're here to build a massive company. We're here to help and serve lots and lots of men and women around the world, and we truly are just getting started. And I hope you can hear it in my voice today that my belief level has never been so high. I'm excited for the new success stories. I'm excited for the new markets like a Japan. I'm excited for the rebirth of a couple different continents around the world, because the plans and the products and the verticals we got coming your way, ladies and gentlemen, get pumped up and get excited. So here we go. Here's some leadership talk here. All right, from me to you. Being a great leader, okay, being a great leader is all about having a genuine willingness, okay, a genuine willingness and a true commitment to lead others to achieve a common vision and goals through positive influence, right? It's pretty much what Matt said, worded a little bit differently, okay? That is what great leaders do. I'm going to talk about becoming a great leader here in the next 14 minutes. So take some notes. I know we got, Alessandro in Italy translating this live, which is amazing. I know we have some Germans translating this live right now for all of Germany, right? This call is going to get recorded and blasted to all of the teams and all of the networks around the world, okay? But here are really just some bullet points that when I sit and think about, what makes Matt Rosa, what makes Brandon Boyd, what makes Darwin Lopez, right? What makes Jewel Tankard, what makes John Guaman, what makes Green Greeno, what makes Jason Brown, a phenomenal leader? I truly believe that there are common threads. There are common threads and common themes that make a great leader a great leader. Sure, people look different. Some got tattoos, some don't. Some read the Quran, some read the Bible, some are straight, some are gay. It really doesn't matter. But when it comes to becoming a great leader, there are some common threads and themes you got to embody. There are some common threads and themes that you got to make a part of your soul and your consciousness, right? I was, blessed to be coached and mentored by, in my opinion, the greatest teacher on the planet, Mr. Bob Proctor, my entire career. I was texting him on his deathbed, and he taught me so much about leadership. And it really begins with number one, vision. All right, you got to build a big vision for yourself. Great leaders have vision for what they are trying to accomplish and how they will get there. Here at I Am Mastery Academy, it's not just about 1,000 chairmen. It's not just about $1 billion company. No. It's about empowering the next generation. It's about empowering men and women around the world to go out there and create the life of their dreams. I don't sell people on Forex and pips and all this kind of stuff, right? My success has been accumulated over my career by selling a possibility, selling a real vehicle that anybody from anywhere can latch onto and hold on to and grow and become a great leader. Yes, create financial independence and freedom in their lives, whatever that might mean to you watching this on the other end of this Zoom call. But there is nothing like network marketing, and there is nothing like sharing dreams and possibilities with people. And that's what vision is all about. In your WhatsApp groups, in your Telegram chats, on your Instagram page, you got to be talking a grandiose vision for you, your group, your family, right? And I Am Mastery Academy, okay? Number two is humility, okay? Humility. Remember, Jason, Matt, myself, all of the chairman hundreds, all the chairman tens, all the chairman 50s, right? Everybody on this call, the P150s on this call, right? You might be P150 physically, but God willing, you're chairman 10 spiritually, all right, and mentally. But humility, okay, remember, you are an important part of the success of this company. not the sole source. One more time, okay? This goes for everybody. Chris Terry, everybody, okay? We are one piece of the puzzle in the success of this company, not the only source. You've got to stay humble. I've watched way too many people in this company and all around the profession make a little bit of money, and all of a sudden they start treating people differently. They stop returning calls. They stop returning text messages. They all of a sudden think that they're the reason for all of the success in the company. Okay, we've had leaders come into this company that thought like that, and then we've had leaders leave the company that thought like that, but that's not correct thinking. It is what it is, okay? We all are a part of the plan here, okay, inside I Am Mastery Academy. So humility. Next up, we have commitment, right? You got to commit to growing as a leader. I got like 5 minutes. You have to commit to growing as a leader. You have to work on yourself every single day. You got to attend these events. You have to attend these Zoom calls. You have to attend the physical events in your hometown. If Teacup Lou comes to your town, show up and bring 10 people, okay? Any of these leaders that are traveling, get to the market. You know, you look at what Marie Summer and, you know, the group Marvin is doing over there in Europe. They're doing like 90 different events in like 90 days around the world. It is amazing to see the commitment into becoming a great leader. Okay. And the last bullet point there is audacious. You got to be audacious enough to believe that it's possible. Matt Rosa started out on a mattress with bed bugs. I met Jason Brown. He was delivering pizza and slinging, you know, club promotions in, where was it? Atlantic City, New Jersey. Okay. I was eating ramen noodles in a dorm room, right? Stealing meal swipes at the Memorial Union at Arizona State University, talking about becoming a, heir inside of the network marketing profession. We all started somewhere, okay? And through vision and through becoming a great leader, we ended up somewhere else. And now we're still working. We're still contributing. We're still growing, right? It's more about helping people become the best version of themselves through FRX, DCX, TLX. Who's excited about travel? Drop some ones in the chat, right? We have more verticals, health and wellness. Close on this before I bring up, okay, Mr. Wisdom himself, okay, Mr. Jason Brown. I want you to write these things down, okay? 5 things that I do when I've led and I currently lead, okay? 5 things that I've done, okay? For 10, 11 years. I think it's going to be 6 years in this great company next month. Isn't that crazy? 6 years. 6 years in this company. Okay. And I can't wait to say, 12 years in this company, because I'll tell you what, I ain't going nowhere except to the top and taking everybody on this call with me. Jason and Matt, we are committed right here. You see this whole trifecta of human beings right here. Listen, we're leading this charge, and guess what? We're looking for the next wave. We're looking for the next starting 5. We're looking for the next people that are going to say, you know what? I might be P1000 right now. I'm your next chairman. I might be P2 right now. I'm your next chairman 25. I'm your next chairman 50. I'm your next chairman 100. We're looking for the next wave of people. And you on this call right now, I'm talking to you one-on-one. You can become the next big leader inside of this company, okay? We are here. Tryouts are open, baby. If you want it, you go out there and you take it. So here's 5 things real quick. Number 1, when leading, the first step is you want to say it and explain what it is we're doing, okay? When I sponsor a new person, I ask them their goals. I say, where do you see yourself in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 12 months? I explain to them, listen, you got to commit to 12 months minimum, 18 months minimum. If you're talking about the work, relate to me, leading by example. I have never asked anybody in my career to do something I didn't do before, at least 1 or 2 times, okay? You as a leader on this call, you must show it. People watch your feet. They don't necessarily hear the words coming out of your mouth. So number 1, say it. Number 2, show it. Number 3, assign it. Assign it. What do I mean by that? Well, you must identify leaders in your three legs. Hey, Katie has the potential to become a chairman 25. Hey, Jen has the potential to become a chairman 25. Hey, Maurice or Marvin or John or Darwin or Lou or whoever we're talking about here, when you find the people with a high level of desire who are coachable and teachable, like a Jurgen, right? Okay, when you find these people, give them some leadership responsibility. You can't do everything on your own. The difference between making a certain digit a year and a certain digit a month for me was all about letting go and letting other people lead and flourish. Some of you are your own worst enemy. You have to be on every call. You have to be on in every event. You want to empower other leaders. You want to empower other people. Like, let other people grow and flourish. Let them open up an opportunity presentation. Let them open up at the hotel event. Let them open up on the next Telegram call. Whatever it is, you want to assign it. So really quick here, number one, say it. Number two, show it. Number three, assign it. Number four, right? You want to study it. You want to study the organization. You want to observe the leaders and the people. Who's producing? Who's not? Who really shows up? Who doesn't? Who talks a big game but doesn't? Okay. And then number five, assess it. Offer feedback, positive feedback. Man, 30% of my day is answering questions on WhatsApp with the people I work closely with. Hey, man, what do you think about this? What do you think about this close? What do you think I should do with this event? When I fly into I was talking to Fads a couple of weeks ago. Hey, man, when you fly to a market, man, tell me the process, man. What do you do? Kiani, talking to him. Hey, man, when you come into a market, what's it look like? What's it look like, right? You got to assess it and then give creative criticism, right? Constructive creative criticism to help people grow and become. So again, say it, show it, assign it, study it, and assess it, okay? That is what I have done now for 10, 11 years, okay, in this profession. So, again, for my portion closing, I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna reiterate this one more time, right? 2,000 plus people on this call. Okay, if you're in North America, if you're in South America, if you're in Canada, if you're in Mexico, if you're in Central America, if you are in Europe, if you are in Asia, if you are in the Middle East, if you are in Australia, listen to me and listen to me very, very good. Okay, I promise you, this company and the core group of leaders, okay, the core group of corporate leaders, the people that have been recently hired that have built billion-dollar companies in this profession, the products and the new verticals that people are working on to release Q4 of 2022, Q1 of 2023, the enhancements to the back office, the possibilities with the compensation, bringing in, gurus and massive mentors to coach everybody on this call. Everything we've done leading up to this point has brought us to this point. Okay. So whether you're in summer right now or you're in winter right now, this is my words to you. Okay. With the world the way it is, with the economy, with this looming recession going on, this is the time to sink your teeth in. This is the time to stick your feet on the ground and plant your flag, like Matt said, and said, I am a part of this company and I'm not going to be a spectator anymore. I'm going to do whatever it takes because I know where this thing is going to be. Okay, in the next 2, 3, 5, 10 years down the road. You look at an Amway, you look at a Mary Kay, you look at a Janess Global, billions and billions a year in sales. Okay, that is where we're headed. That is why I'm here, and that's why I'm never going anywhere. And with these two gentlemen next to me, I promise you, we are building an empire here, okay? And we are going to set the tone and set the example for the rest of the industry. Okay, so guys, with that being said, I'm going to introduce now somebody, a brother from another mother. Yes, this is somebody that is just an incredible human being. I could talk endless about Matt. I could talk endless about, Jason, but Jason, I can tell you, yes, he's changed as a person as his success has changed, but all for the better. He's never been arrogant. He's never been ignorant. He's never been disrespectful to people. Like the way he is with his family, the way he is with his friends, the way I've grown to know this guy. You know what I mean? I was there when he got married. Like I'm telling you, Jason is just one of those guys that has a massive, massive heart. He works tirelessly on the back end, the front end, the side end. I mean, this guy does so much, and I'm so proud to say I am partnered with Jason Brown in network marketing, and I believe we will be partners in network marketing. All right, and Matt, for the rest of time. And that is what I believe. So when Jason talks, you take notes. He is getting mentored by amazing, amazing pastors. I see it on Instagram, him and Matt, right? And I just know he's getting so much wisdom and so much knowledge from so many amazing, men and women. He's going to pour into each and every one of you. Okay. So God bless you guys. God bless this company. And Jason Brown, take it away. The closer. Let's go.
Let's get it. Matt, if you can just make me co-host. I had to switch to my computer so I can get the camera on. While we're doing that, man, I'm there we go. I'm so grateful and just so excited to be here today. This has been an incredible call thus far. So I want to shout out everybody, almost 2,000 people, that made it to this call today and that made it a priority to be here and dedicate some time. I want to say thank you to all the leaders who promoted and made sure that the right people showed up. And I believe that everything happens for a reason. And the other day, Matt texted myself and Alex and said, hey, look, JB, before you go to Europe, let's do a call. Let's come together. Let's, really speak into the people and leave them impacted. And so I believe, I see a lot of just everything going on in the chat box. I know we've got people here from literally all over the world. I saw flags from countries I don't even know if I've seen before, which is quite a feat. I could tell you, tomorrow I leave midday to head to Croatia. We're going to Poland. We're going to Portugal. We're going to a bunch of other countries in Europe. Chris is actually going to Italy, and I'm going to Kazakhstan. So Kazakhstan is like 24 hours from Portugal. So it's going to be quite a venture to get there. And Chris is going to Italy. We're hitting, France, and it's going to be amazing, man. I'm excited. They had over 500 or 600 people in Cyprus today. And last week, Austria and Germany put on big time for Chris. So, what a time to be here. When I get back, I'm going to go straight to Canada. So I'll be in Canada. I'll be in Montreal, Toronto, and Waterloo for 3 days. So we're mobilizing, right? We're getting out. Some call it evangelizing, but we're just, there to be in the trenches, to talk to new customers, to talk to leaders, to train, to pour into. But for those of you who I won't have that chance to interact with in person, and you're sitting at home today, or maybe you're in a country that we didn't talk about, or maybe you're in a country that we're not doing an event. I want you to understand that, the events come to you, right? And one thing that Matt and I have always really done, and I'm going to give my gratitude before we really get on a run here, but one thing that we've always done is just build, right? I have this saying, whether it's NFT projects I'm involved in or leaders that I'm talking to, right? Brick by brick. One thing that I've always believed in is that success doesn't love just speed alone, right? But success loves detail. Success loves consistency. And when you build things just off of a speed, hype, right? We use this word hype. Hype tends to enter the conversation because naturally you want to go fast. So you talk fast, you speak fast, and that level of wisdom and calculation tends to leave the conversation when you're building with speed. So yes, success loves speed, but success also loves to be constructed properly, right? And I believe that what we've done from the very beginning is just try to put a brick on the wall every single day. And I remember, Alex, I want to give it, back to you in a major way, bro, because, Matt and I were just two lost boys in the industry, if you will, trying to find our way. And trying to find a real passion, right? Trying to find a real service or product that we believed in, trying to find a real platform that would put people in a position to win. And you believed in us when a lot of people didn't even know who we were, right? So it wasn't that they didn't believe in us. Nobody really knew who Matt and I were in the industry as a whole. And, Alex, when you decided to come into IM, I know a lot of that was trust that you conveyed in Matt and I, no matter what rank or position we were at. So when you say 6 years, I just think back to that first trip. I had this desire, right? I had this desire to always build international. That was my goal. Like, man, I had a map up in the background of my screen. So like right now I have all my memorabilia, bobbleheads, books, autographs, stuff like that. And I do this on purpose, right? Because even when I'm on the call, I could visualize success, my favorite basketball players, my favorite athletes, my teams, things that just Drake and J. Cole and Kobe, things that inspire me, right? And I remember I used to sit on these calls, and in the background, because, Matt and his wife and I lived in a very small 700 square foot apartment at that time, and my computer chair would touch my bed. So my bed was in the back, but I put this poster up of the world, and I would just sit there and stare at it and say, this is when we were like P2000, so like this is actually, there's some videos on YouTube of me training in that room. It's quite funny, but I would just sit there and look at the map, and I had this desire to build teams in countries that I didn't even know where they were, right? Like Serbia and Italy. I was like, man, it'd be cool to build a team here in Egypt, or it'd be cool to build a team here in Italy, where some of my family's from. And so that was a desire. And I remember, right when Alex got started, we did a tour, and he said, yeah, I'll do this tour with you. And we went to the UK, we went to Italy, but on a bit of a vacation. We went to Slovenia. So shout out to the Slovenian teams. We went to a bunch of other places, and today, tomorrow I leave to Europe, and it's just unbelievable what's been developed off of a dream and a desire and putting bricks on the wall every day. And Alex, you've been instrumental to that. Matt has done multiple European tours. You've been instrumental to that. And the leaders have been instrumental to that, for believing in the vision before it was there, right? For believing in people before they rise. And I think that sometimes when we say success loves speed, we're really pulling for a fast result. And it's a common phrase, but it's a phrase that I've actually fallen out of love with, to be honest, because I believe success loves detail. Success loves humility. Success loves consistency. Those things I can relate to more where I am in my life, about to turn 33 in a couple weeks. Actually, Alex, I know your birthday's a couple months away. You guys could see the gray hairs coming in. So I'm about 2 months older than Alex. He hasn't hit the gray hair thing yet, but I have. And, my turn 33 here in about 17, 18 days, whatever it is. And, being on a journey where I want more from God in my life. I want to be, not a perfect person, but I seek to be pure. I seek to be honest. I seek to be selfless, right? These are things that I've been, see, John, I appreciate you. He said it's silver, not gray. These are things that I've been seeking in my life. And I realized that part of what I detached from in building this business was the hype, right? I could never coincide with, promising people things that I knew we couldn't deliver. I could never coincide with getting people to sign up just because we wanted them to sign up. And I realize now that all of that is just trees with no roots, right? And so today I'm asking you to look at the roots, look at the construction of what it is that you're building, look at the passion it is behind why you're building it, right? We establish a why when we get started, yet sometimes we forget about that why because we think about the now, right? We think about the me, we think about the bills. I spoke to some leaders this morning and they were opening up to me about their financial situations, and I feel that, right? I've never grown numb to that. I feel it. It hurts, right? And I want to be able to be there. And so those are my roots. But it took time for me to realize that those roots were the reason the tree grew in the first place. And what I want to open this call off doing is just letting you guys know that the grass isn't greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you put the water, right? And whatever you focus on grows. And whatever the core focus of your roots are, that's what identifies who you are as a human being. And so you will attract. Because whatever you speak, whatever you put out to the universe, whatever the intentions of your heart are, in the Bible it says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Meaning not just for men, right, but men and women. human beings, whatever you believe, whatever your intention is, whatever you're building on, and whatever you speak, it comes from the heart, then you will become, right? Speak and you shall create. So understand that whatever the desire in your heart is, if you feel that desire in your heart to reach a certain rank or to impact a certain amount of families, or, you know, to create clean drinking water when you reach a certain financial goal, or, you know, to adopt Katie, myself, Matt, and Shorty. We were at a conference. We adopted from Compassion. I adopted some little kids right down in, I think they're in Belarus, right? So I got 2 little niños over here. And like that's important to me, right? So whatever it is in your heart, the reason why you're creating, keep that in the core, keep that in the focus, and don't lose track of what it is that we are doing as a company, right? Don't lose track of a CEO that is literally living from country. Guys, this tour, we're doing like 10 countries in 12 days. And you've got a CEO who could literally just jump on Zooms who's like, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Early mornings, late nights, boom, 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 boom. You get the point. You're with the right people. We're excited. So I want to give you guys just a few thoughts, because I know we're rocking on time here, and I can talk forever. I'm going to talk for about another 5-10 minutes, and we're going to go because Matt will be like, dude, you spoke for 40. And I'm like, wow, it felt like 15, right? So I want to get this stuff across.
Keep going, bro. It's
all right,
we here for it all.
All right, good. Well, in that case, get your pillows and blankets ready. So listen, I want to go through a couple things that I was thinking about. By the way, I'm very happy about this. So I before I go on a tour, every time I look at this beautiful collection of books, and I just read, you know, the titles, and I'm like, what calls me? What calls for me, right? What calls to me? And I was looking through, and I saw this book, Your First Year in Network Marketing. I know there's a bit of a glare, right? Your First Year in Network Marketing. And it's funny because one day I was just on Amazon, and I'm looking for books and stuff. And I saw this, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I've never seen this book before. So I bought it and I shelved it. And I was just looking through, and I picked up Built to Last, which is a great book as well. And I was like, yeah, maybe this doesn't really make sense for what I'm going to go to do, right? Like, it just what I'm trying to do in Europe, the things that I want to speak about, it's just not really what I'm on, right? So anyway, I grabbed this book, and I'm just starting to read it before this call, and I'm getting some really, like, I'm like, oh, this is good. Ooh, this is some stuff that's some stuff I forgot. Okay, yep. See, I'm going to promote this book, but it's crazy because I started posting it in leadership chats when the call first started. And like a bunch of leaders, Andrew Calbunga, Drake, bunch of other people were like, yo, we're on that time already. Like, that book is duplicating already. So I want to tell you guys, whether this book has been duplicating, whether you found it, you heard it here, it does not matter. Okay. This book, I could recommend that it's in your library. And look, I'm not a big reader. I'm not a big fan of it. I like to skim through things and get ideas. But just in a small period of time that I look through this, I love it. And I believe that it is a great tool to start duplicating, not only for yourself, but you've got to read it and then you've got to pass it forward. And I talked to Abdullah Sandhu, who's on the call right now, Vincent Iannucci out in UK. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. They've already got the book duplicating. So it's a good sign. And then a bunch of people already went and bought it right away. It's a good sign that this tool is already in the hands of some really solid builders. But I think we can grow as an organization when we pass tools. Now, today, I'm going to get into my thing, but today I got a message from 2 chairmen who I'm really good friends with, and they were like, look, Jay, how do we get our leaders to duplicate? And then yesterday, I got a message from one of my favorite chairmen out in France, and he was like, look, dude, how do I get my leaders to duplicate? Like, I've just been getting this question a lot, right? Like, how do I get my people to work without me? I think that's kind of the $1 billion question, right? Like, how do you create more Matt Rosas? You know, how do you create more whoever's, right? If I start naming people, I don't want anybody to feel left out. But look, how do you create more independent leaders? Well, I think a lot of that comes from tools, right? Because it's not about you being the best speaker. Yes, Matt, myself, Alex, we have to show up on certain calls because we represent the company as an umbrella, because we work with our cross lines like Jewel and China and, Julian and Johnny, and like we've kind of like become the umbrella, right? So we have to continue to be here, but we don't need to be here. Meaning we need tools, whether it's Building an Empire by Brian Carruthers, one of my favorite books. I know a book that I've put in people's hands that I've watched them transform, whether it's Your First Year in Network Marketing, or GoPro by Eric Worre, or Emotional Intelligence, whatever it is, you need to put tools in the hands of your people that will duplicate. Okay, so that I wanted to just, shamelessly plug that, because I feel real good about that duplicating through the organization, especially for people who want to build the business. This is not a trading book, okay? If somebody wants to build the business, or they want to learn, or they care about network marketing, MLM, whatever, put this in their hands, and I believe it'll do some magic. It works on their mindset, rejection, etc. So I'm going to go through just a few things here. I wrote these things down. The 3 R's: rejection, reluctance, and response. Right? I think that there's a few things that can kind of be that make or break. I mean, I just remember my first, forget the first year in network marketing, right? I remember my first month in network marketing. And, I came from nightlife. So I had a very big Rolodex of people and, just friends and athletes and, whatever. I had this big group of big network. And, Alex was coming like my first month to do an event at my college. And I just made calls and packed the room. But before that, there was a client that I had who used to buy tables from me like once every other week, right? He was a frequent guy, did VIP service, and he was always there. And I remember I was like, all right. So I quit the nightclub, I get into network marketing, and I'm like, all right, let me call. His name was Alex. I'm like, I'm going to call Alex. That's going to be a layup, right? They tell me, bro, call your layups first. I'm like, Alex is going to be my layup. Alex got money, like he's got it, right? So I put Alex on a 3-way call with my sponsor. And let's just say it didn't really go that well, right? And I was like, oh man. Okay, cool. Got it. See, I think one of the reasons why I fell in love with this industry is because I was never scared of rejection, right? I worked in and I know Matt, Rosa can relate to this. I worked in a call center, okay, where we had to call people and try to get them out of their timeshare, which most of them hated it. So they wouldn't pick up the phone. The minute you said the word time, they were hung up before you said share, and they were just not happy. Okay, I'm not fudding your timeshare, talking bad about it. I just personally saw the other side. I was like, okay, these people are not happy at all, right? So I worked in this call center where we were calling all these leads, all these people that had bought timeshare, and literally people would hang up, and we just have to hit them back and be like, please pick up, please pick up, please pick up. Sometimes they block, and then every once in a while you get through, but it was a job that was built on rejection. Right? Then, if you've ever been rejected by a girl, I've been rejected many times. So I learned how to, till I met my beautiful wife, then it was better, right? But I was so smooth, I didn't let the rejection hit there. But in nightlife, you've got a bachelorette party that calls. They're like, hey, can you get us to the club for free? And you're like, well, I think I'd rather see you get a table, right? Let's see. Now you've got to figure out how to get these 12, 10, 15 girls who just want free drinks, free entry to like spend money. It was very difficult. So I came into network marketing used to rejection, right? I was prepared for it. But when it wasn't me that got rejected, that bothered me. So I got fired up. I was like, oh, no. Look, no offense to my sponsor, but I've got to figure this out because, yes, I can partner with people. So I was never scared to collab because 2 weeks later, I edified Alex and I had no shame. I had full humility. Like, bro, I know I can do this because I started closing my own calls week 1. But I said, here, Alex, now I'm passing it to you. So you write this down. Never abandon your leverage, but you need to grab hold of your scenario. Your upline will not build this for you. Your sponsor will not build this for you. The only person who has the ability to build this business is you. That is it. Yes, we get blessed with amazing leaders along this journey, and that is the ultimate, hallelujah moment, right? When you finally get an independent leader, when you finally have a leader that's just grinding harder than you, when you finally get that leader. But let me tell you something. One thing that I took from this book in a very quick little skim is that sometimes, well, I'll get to that in a second, but sometimes we're not ready for rejection, so we avoid rejection. Guys, you got to be ready. Whether it's trading or building, you've got to look rejection in the face. You got to look denial in the face. You got to look failure in the face, and you got to be ready emotionally to take that impact and to say, what can I learn from that? Because doing the same thing over and over and over again is just insanity. If you don't make adjustments, you're the problem. The problem is no longer the problem. The problem is you. Entrepreneurship is a game of adjustments. So adjust all the time. Number one, so it's rejection, reluctance, and response. See, sometimes because, now watch. If somebody is not prepared for rejection, they now have a reluctance to pick up the phone. They have a reluctance because they had a bad experience on a leadership call. So they have a reluctance to invite their team to a call. Right? They have their own system. They have their own schedule. They've got their own playbook. They've got their own whatever. They have a reluctance to edify. You know how many people told me, man, Jay, I wish I connected with you earlier, bro. I was just reluctant because, my upline just wanted, to control the scenario. And I'm like, reluctance. So rejection sometimes leads to reluctance. So you as a leader, make sure, check yourself. What are you reluctant on right now? Are you just being held back from prospecting again because the last 3 you brought in quit the first month? Right? Are you scared to sell, a certain package because somebody got a refund the next day? Right? What is causing you to be reluctant? Why are you not? If I'm coming to your city on this tour, if Chris Terry's coming, forget me. If Chris Terry's coming to your city, Brandon Boyd's coming to your city, Jason Awal coming to your city, and you don't have 500 names with phone numbers written down on a piece of paper, to me, you're reluctant. Because I'll tell you what, when Alex came, that room was 99% me. Because I let it go. But I believe that the reason I was able to let it go is because I wasn't scared of rejection. If all 22 people that I signed up that night said no, guess what I was doing the next day anyway? The same thing I did when they quit a month later. I signed up 22 people. Alex, you remember. My upline triple rank advanced, made all this bread, and a month later, I didn't do any, I made no money, but that company was a sham. Anyway, you know what I did? The next month, I hit up Alex. I go, bro, everybody quit. He's like, all right, cool. Keep it moving, bro. He gave me something. He didn't say keep it moving, right? But Alex always gave me the best advice, what I needed to hear. And then I was like, all right, boom, back to work. Say no more. So is your rejection, past rejections leading to reluctance? And the last thing, how do you respond? How do you respond to people leaving your business? How do you respond 2 months, 3 months after somebody leaves your business? Matt and I had leaders leave our business, chairman leave our business 2-3 months ago. But I messaged one of them this morning. Hey, look, I love you. I appreciate you. Because it's not about what happens, but I believe it's about how you respond, because people will remember that. Sometimes people leave because it's not the right season. You can't force somebody into the season that is not declared to be theirs. So you got to understand that sometimes people will enter your business and they are the rock star that you believe. They are the Messiah you believe. They are the next Jason, whatever, Alex, blah, 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 blah. It's just not their season. I learned you can't force the right person into the wrong season. You cannot force the right person into the wrong season. So you just got to go with the flow. Watch how you respond when somebody gets a refund. Watch how you respond when they didn't tell you. Watch how you respond when you find out your best friend is building a company to try to take you down. Watch how you respond when people are having meetings and they didn't tell you about it. See, we want to react, but I think sometimes it's better to respond. I talked about this before, and I'm going to talk about it again because some of y'all have heard it. And I promise I said 10 minutes, but I need a few more. Expectations are key. I've had a lot of conversations with people that have left the business, customers, people that I enrolled, people that I didn't enroll, right? People that just came in and I had barely any interaction with. And this one word that continues to just hit me, man. It's like I'm a dartboard. Just hit me with words, right? The one word that continues to hit me is expectation. When somebody joins the business, it's a blank canvas, right? They don't know. I mean, they might know you. They might have seen your gram. They might have seen this. They might have seen that, whatever, right? You don't know. But I can't say one thing draws people in. Many things draw people in. But I'll tell you what, they don't know what you know. They don't know what I know. 7 years in the business, I can talk about I am in my sleep. I can talk about Chris's story. I can come from a place of conviction about our journey and our results because we really did it. But they don't know, so they have a blank canvas. And so technically, like a coloring book, we hit them with the outlines and we say, look, here's the blueprint. Now, you can color inside of the lines. I don't care what crayons or what color you pick. If you want to draw outside the lines a little bit, do it, but don't reinvent the wheel. But here's the important part. What wheel are you even passing forward? Because I swear, sometimes I think we created a circle and people are selling a square. How did you get that presentation from the same company that I've been in for 7 years? I don't even understand what you're talking about right now. That doesn't even make any sense, right? Because people say, whoa, cool opportunity, right? Trading, cool. E-commerce, yeah. Bob Proctor, dope, blah, 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 cool. My team's dope, lit, whatever, cool. I'm gonna put my spice on it. You're not, look, be a chef in the kitchen, not in this business. I guarantee you, if the circle is circle, you need to just sell the same circle. Stop trying to make squares and octagons and triangles when you already know the circle wheel works. Stop telling people they're going to make money in the first month. And when somebody says, hey, Jay, look, man, I'm really interested. That was a cool presentation. But I have a question, man. Can I make my money back the first month? I say, probably not. I say, and honestly, if that's what you're looking for, I don't think this opportunity is for you. But what I tell them is the truth. I said, I can't give you a timeline of when you're going to make money. That's not what this is. This is an educational platform. And just like Harvard University isn't going to guarantee you a job, we're not going to guarantee you an outcome. And if that's not good enough for somebody, I don't know what to tell them. But here's what I know. If somebody joins for money and they don't make it right away, they're going to quit anyway. And that's the same person that jumps from one MLM to the next, to this, to that, to automation, to blah, 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 blah. And they never end up making money. They never build a team because nobody can trust them anymore. After 2-3 years, you've been in 15 companies. How can I trust you? Because you're probably going to go to the next one, right? Human beings are creatures of habit. So what I say is I'd rather have less with more than more with nothing. I mean, but what is the point of building a business to go chairman in 60 something, 40, 80, 90, 100 to break records if you break the record for it falling apart? I don't know what record I want to hold, but I'll tell you what, I'd rather hold no record than the fastest fall apart record. That's the truth. Cool, you built it fast. How fast did it fall apart? That's not what I'm here to do. That's why I say I'd rather put a brick on the wall every single day, and I don't care who leaves. Because I understand my vision, my roots, what I'm here to do. That's what I'm after. So if I'm a magnet and stuff stops sticking to me, then it wasn't meant to stick in the first place, was it? So watch the expectations that you're putting on yourself, because sometimes we want to be the record holder. We want to be number one of this category. And that's all fine and dandy. And it's beautiful. And I'm grateful that Matt and I have one of the longest standing partnerships, maybe one of the best partnerships in the history of the industry. But it's not what I talk about, because I'm talking about just the brick, not the wall. It took us 9 years to build the wall. I can't sell you the wall when you ain't even got your first brick. That's false reality. Expectations. Last but not least, man, just write down the word new. Man, sometimes we need a new heart, right? It's something that I've learned in my journey in spirituality, is that I just write new in the chat, write the word new in the chat. I needed to be refreshed. I needed to be refreshed. I needed a new heart. I needed a new spirit. I needed a new purpose. New. And I want to encourage you guys to think about what new you can bring to the table in 2022 and beyond. What new countries can you open? What new tactics and techniques can you use on social media that are legal and compliant, please? We want to be in business for a long time. We got to follow the rules. We didn't make them. We just can't break them. What new can you do? Right? My wife, her and her business partner, they went through their retracements. They had their adversities in the business. She might get mad at me for talking about it, but probably not. They had their adversities in the business, and she said, okay, look, I'm going to do this, 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 and this. She created a whole new funnel for travel and spent some time on it. And then they did a leadership lock-in, and the business went from teetering this way to whoa, we got some momentum again. Oh, we got new leaders. Oh, we got new techniques. So sometimes it's not the company. It's not the services. It's not the educator. It's not the tools. Because to be honest, I see a lot of stuff that works. I just seen a lot of people that stopped working. That's part of the issue. But if you are working and you're working hard, like I know a lot of you are, and I'm sweating bullets in here. I hope I paid the electric bill. If you want new, you got to testify new. You got to speak new. You got to think new. Right? Well, Matt and I, even if we're booming, we're like, all right, what can we do? How can we not reinvent the wheel, but how can we innovate a little bit? How can we adjust? Because entrepreneurship is just a game of adjustments. So I want y'all to think about new. What is it that you're doing that might feel stagnant? Because if it feels stagnant, it might be stagnant. Right? People need to stir the pot up a little bit. So with that being said, guys, I want to thank you for an amazing call. I know we went about an hour and a half. Really, actually, it was about an hour and 10. Not bad, because we started 10 minutes after. I want to thank you guys for your support of the entire organization, the company. And I want to also reassure you, I didn't want to come in and talk vision and all of that, because Alex really just hit home what needed to be hit home. But I want to encourage you to know that Chris Terry is not comfortable. That means that man is on fire for success. He's looking for real stuff, real value, real things that we can bring to the world to change their lives, not just to make a quick check. You're going to see a lot of people over the next couple of years sell whatever they can because the economy is not that good. They want to get people's attention with a little shiny object, but it's not just about what you're selling. It's about how good it really is. And so, I believe that we share in this business amazing education from some of the best educators in the world, and whatever people do with it, that's on them. But I know we're making a difference, and we're not going to stop. So with that being said, family, I love you guys. Today's call was amazing. If you're in Europe, I am flying out tomorrow. So I will see you by the end of I'll see you in the next couple weeks, hopefully at one of the events. And guys, new. What countries are you going to launch? What leaders are you going to bring to the table? What customers are you going to bring to the table? And if you are in the US, promote Scottsdale, Arizona. That event is going to be amazing. It'll be intimate. We have a lot of great announcements, a lot of big stuff coming. And if you are in Europe, we've got some details coming out soon for the Dubai event. There was some stuff there. We're working on it. That's all I can say right now, but we got it under control. And we'll get that out ASAP. So family, I love y'all. Matt, Alex, thanks for having this call with us today. And we'll see you guys soon. Much love.